ecclesiastical glory in a 20th century setting. That's today's Watercolour Challenge. Hello, and welcome to Coventry Cathedral for our Central Regional Final. It's an architectural jewel admired throughout the world for its boldness and beauty, and is one of the few modern buildings to be a favourite with the British public. Coventry Cathedral replaced the old cathedral church of St Michael, which was bombed during the war, leaving only the side walls and spire. The new building is cleverly linked structurally to the old. We're working inside the cathedral, full of the work of contemporary artists and craftsmen. So I hope that's going to be a real spur for our 4 painters today. Let's go and meet them. At Stratford, Craig Biggs created this view of the River Avon. At MG Rover Longbridge, an image of robots building cars was painted by Andrew Dakin. At Shottery, David Douglas produced a striking version of Anne Hathaway's cottage. And at Packwood House, Christine Smith gave an imaginative interpretation of the Long Gallery. Our finalists have the altar and choir of the cathedral paint, including Graham Sutherland's fine tapestry, Christ in Glory, in their view. Well, good morning to you all. Big welcome back. Very nice to see you again. Well, we've painted on Watercolour Challenge cathedrals in the past, but we've never worked in a modern building. So I hope that's going to be exciting for you today. And during your 4 hours, remember that you've all won this week. You've all been winners already, so there's really nothing to it. And I'll see you later, and I wish you very best of luck. Bye to you all.
When you look at it, it's very technical as far as lines are concerned. I think the composition of it's got to be pretty accurate, otherwise you lose the whole structure of the building. Because it's quite a modern building, I think they've gone for the clean line look, and I think you've got to interpret that in the painting as well.
When I first came into the cathedral, what caught my eye the most was, as I walked in, the light cascaded into the stained glass window on the right, and almost straight away my mind was made up what I was going to paint today. Because I have to work from my initial sketches, I'm going to have to use a lot of artistic licence to portray the colours that are in my painting. So for a large extent it's going to be me using my own creativity to put down the colours and the paint marks.
I think because it's not a landscape, it's not like a domestic interior or anything like that. You're looking very much at works of art in their own right. So I suppose really I'm going to be trying to capture some form of the mood or something like that. Something. It seems a bit of an obvious, very spiritual view, but I'm not going to go for every detail of the picture. I'm just going to try to capture something of the essence of what's in front of me.
I wanted to capture the light that's actually coming through the window just at the moment. I did make a note on my sketch pad where the light was when I first started, and I hope to capture it there because I know it's going to change so much during the day. I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of colour on here. There's a lot of green obviously in the background with the image above the altar, and quite a lot of very subtle tones at the back. So, and I see someone's very kindly placed some flowers in the front, so I think I shall probably put those in as well.
Hello, Hazel.
Hi, Hannah.
Hazel Stone, our art expert. What are you up to?
Well, I am just sitting in awe beneath this amazing masterpiece of light. I have been painting these windows, and each one is a work of art in itself. The more I look at it, the more completely impressed I am. I'm just completely humbled before it.
Well, it's a pretty impressive building altogether, and I don't know what the artists will make of it today. What do you think the biggest challenge is for them?
I think it is being daunted by these amazing works of art. Either they've got to pay tribute to those works of art, or instead of making them dominant, they have to make them background. Whether they make the architecture dominate or the works of art dominate, I think that's the problem.
It's a relief to eventually get some paint on the paper, I think. I've spent more time today actually doing the drawing than I usually do. I'd like to get it all focal to the main structure of the tapestry in the middle. I think that's my main aim really in this picture, and basically just make the rest of the shapes pretty simple and try and blend it all together.
Basically, I've got to try and capture the stained glass effect. I want to try and get a lot of textures in there also that are inherent in the glasswork. I hope the colours will show the mood in the cathedral. I want the painting to have a vibrancy. I want it to illuminate all the different tones and colours that I've seen in the stained glass window.
If you look at the face, I was very particular where I put it in the picture, and I corrected it. And when I finished, I didn't even put any details of the face. It's almost like the Turian shroud. It's like just a hint of a face, and that's all it needs.
I'm enjoying the different subject. I mean, this is totally different from anything I think I've ever done before. Now I'm starting to get the paint on. I'm beginning to get a feel of some of the colours that are there. I want to sort of lay on my initial washes, and then hopefully when this is dried out, I can then start working on the tapestry at the back and getting some of these bold colours in.
The Coventry Cathedral we see today might never have been built. In 1944, there were plans to rebuild the old cathedral in a Gothic revival style. But dispute led to an open competition in 1951, won by Sir Basil Spence. His new cathedral, for which Benjamin Britten composed his famous war requiem, was consecrated in 1962. Spence's masterpiece includes Epstein's bronze St. Michael looming near the entrance. The baptistry stained glass is by John Piper. All the other stained glass windows intensify in colour towards the chancel and are set at a sawtooth angle to flood the altar and Graham Sutherland's tapestry with concealed light. Hello, Craig. How's it going?
Not too bad.
I love the drawing, and I love the fact that you have kept back the lights for these gorgeous light coming in through the windows above the altar. I think, remembering your picture of the River Avon, don't forget you had those lovely washes where they sort of wash together a bit. Don't divide it up too much. You know, don't be afraid if you're going to keep that loose. Don't be afraid of letting it spill over a little bit. Otherwise, you might end up with us being dominated by this.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, mate.
Now, I'm just looking at your sketch. So
Yes.
that's the Piper window you were doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is the most fantastic evocation of colour, isn't it? I mean, this window is all about colour.
Yeah,
so I'm
right.
fascinated to see that you're probably going to mute these colours down, aren't you?
Yeah, I might tone them down a little, but I think they're still going to be quite bright, but not. You know, it's hard to get the light that was coming through to try and capture that. But it is going to retain some of the vibrancy of the colour.
You've certainly got the vibrancy in those washes there. I look forward to see it.
Yes.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you, Andrew. How's David?
Fine, thank you.
You're in your element here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm really impressed with what I see in front, the scene in front, yes.
I like the way you've honed straight in on the tapestry, and I particularly love the way you've let the water wash down into lovely pools down the bottom there. It's sort of got the same texture as tapestry, even though we can't really feel the tapestry from here. You've got that with the watercolour.
Yes.
Now, talk to me about focus in your painting, where you want to take our eye exactly into.
I didn't want to get too bogged down with the detail of the figure. I want to keep what you described like a tapestry feel. So I'm going to be tread very carefully, really, because it can be like creating a picture within a picture, and that's what I'm trying not to do.
I was just going to say, because I felt your focus was here, but I didn't want to say anything, because as soon as you put a face, and especially a face like that in, we're always drawn to faces in paintings because we're people. So that's good to hear you say that you've really thought that all through.
Look forward to seeing it later.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
Hello, Christine.
Hello.
Nice. Lovely start. You're so good at tone. I mean, this is colour, but it's coloured tone. I mean, that against that against that. It's absolutely lovely. I'm particularly pleased to see that you remember to keep your large foreground in the painting this time, because I remember at Packwood House you brought it down and wished you kept it. And this is a lovely proportion. You've got it just beautifully balanced. Now, I know I probably don't even need to say it to you, but just be careful not to clutter it and overwork it, because it's already got a lovely mood. I think you just stepping back and reading your painting.
Okay.
Just stepping back, referring to that, and just reading this, seeing how it's going.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christine. Will Craig be able to use light and contrast of tone to bring his painting to fruition? Can the muted palette of Andrew's picture capture the vibrancy of the Piper window? Will David's bold and adventurous painting find its focus? And can Christine continue to contrast her tones without cluttering and overworking her composition? Capturing the spiritual quality of Coventry Cathedral must be a challenge for any painter. The artist Paul Clay wrote, "Art does not reproduce the visible, it makes visible." So it'll be interesting to see how our four painters do today. Join us after the break. Got it?
Oi, Churchill! Could you save me money on car insurance?
Oh, yes.
Just by calling 0800 200 300?
Yes.
OK, can I pay monthly?
Yes.
Get an instant quote?
Yes.
Instant cover?
Of course.
Ah, I suppose I've got loads of forms to fill in.
Oh, no.
And I could still save on my car insurance?
Oh, yes.
Ring Churchill now on 0800 200 300. Give the dog a phone on 0800 200 300 and see how much you could save.
Welcome back to Coventry Cathedral, designed by Sir Basil Spence. Spence echoed medieval times in his design. Have our artists